the Topo Athletic Specter. I just ran 600 kilometers in it. I did a marathon in the blue one. I did a couple of races in the green one and tempo runs. This is my full review. Before I start the review, the usual disclaimer: I bought both pairs from my own money, therefore the opinion expressed in this video is my own and I do not need to satisfy anyone with what I say. I'm gonna start with the positive things, starting from the upper. The first thing that I like in the upper is the width of the toe box. I am not talking about the volume, it's the actual width, and my toes can really enjoy the wide toe box. They can splay around. In fact, I did a marathon in it and it's the first marathon I ran without ending with a black toenail and blisters. That means I do not need to visit any podiatrist or podologist to remove my toenail. The second thing that I like about the upper is the breathability. It's a very breathable upper. It is made of a mesh material and both sweat and water really dry up fast in the shoe. In fact, the marathon I did in February in Malta, it was raining cats and dogs. Our streets get flooded easily. I went into a couple of puddles and the water drained very fast as soon as I reached dry roads. The same thing in summer. You do not sweat too much in it because it is pretty airy. If you live in a cold country, however, that might be a disadvantage because your fingers might be cold throughout your runs. The second thing that I like is the midsole. The midsole is made up of two different foams, an EVA foam on the outside and a P-Bax foam in the middle. The P-Bax foam is the foam that is expected to give you more energy return when you run. You can feel it a bit when you're running fast. However, it's nothing compared to super shoes, and that is one thing that I like. This shoe is a very versatile shoe. You can do very fast runs in it, tempo runs and even easy runs. It's not too aggressive, and I think for those people who might not be very fast, it can be an ideal shoe. Sometimes people buy super shoe because they believe that it's gonna, help them run faster. They do, because I have data which shows, even data which I collected, that yes, they help you move your feet much faster. However, if like me, you're running a 5 minutes 15 seconds or 5 minutes 12 seconds minute per kilometer marathon, sometimes a very aggressive shoe might interfere with your gait. This shoe is not that aggressive. It doesn't push you too forward, so even if you're running at slow paces, you don't feel uncomfortable running in the shoe. The last thing that I like is the outsole. The outsole is grippy. It's paper thin, however, it grips on all types of into all types of conditions, being wet, if there is dew, and even of course on dry roads. I had no issue with grip in both races. Even though the roads were flooded with water, I had no issue whatsoever with the grip. Now I'm gonna talk about the things that I dislike or that I'm not too happy about. The first thing is the thickness of the outsole. It is a very thin outsole, and in my case, since I supinate a lot, especially on my left side, I've eaten all the side after 200 kilometers. The shoe is still usable, or at least was still usable, because now I saw about 600 kilometers and I'm not going to use it anymore. However, I would appreciate that the outsole outlasts the midsole. Talking about midsole, as I said, the midsole is a relatively firm midsole. After 30 kilometers in the marathon, I felt that I would be much happier if I had a slightly softer midsole. So when my feet land, so when my heavy feet literally slaps the floor, I feel that the cushion is giving in a little bit. In this case, you do not feel that. That might be a bit of a disadvantage, especially if you have tired legs. You don't feel that this shoe is gonna push them back up when you're running. So when you're choosing a shoe, you have to really, as I say, decide whether you want a very comfortable upper, middle of the range midsole, or a very aggressive midsole, but then you sacrifice other parts. To conclude, yes, I do recommend this shoe. It is a very versatile shoe. I did easy runs, tempo runs, ran a marathon in it, and I think it shines in all of them. It's very good for all types of run. Actually, you can use this as a daily trainer if you'd like, even though it's marketed as the speed shoes from Topo. I think it's a very comfortable shoe, not overly aggressive for maybe the middle pack runners who do not want a very aggressive shoe. The only downside is the price, because it's €210, I think, retail price. I bought them both on sale. For €210, most people might go for a carbon plated shoe, especially if they find them on sale, even cheaper than the Topo Athletic. However, if you are, if comfort is your priority, I think this shoe might be very, very comfortable. I would recommend to anyone who is not planning to break national records and wants comfort over a very aggressive shoe. That was it for today. I hope you found this review useful. If you have any question, maybe some things that you might want to ask about the shoe which I did not talk about in this review, please feel free to either comment below or send me a message. I would be very happy to try and help as much as possible. That was it for today. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.